Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. This is Nikhil Parekh. In this video, I shall be giving you a recitation of my poem that is entitled Ultimate Utopia. This poem of mine has been published in my book that is entitled Love vs. Terrorism Volume 2. Therefore, without wasting a further instant, wanted to ardently commence upon with the recitation of my poem Ultimate Utopia. You definitely get nothing else but diabolically stabbing hell by venomously blinding innocuous children. You definitely get nothing else but diabolically stabbing hell by venomously blinding innocuous children. Just in order to make them your fortune collectors on the threadbare street. Whilst you blew away their earnings in tawdry smoke and wine, you definitely get nothing else but truculently ineffable hell by sadistically torturing your old parents. You definitely get nothing else but truculently ineffable hell by sadistically torturing your old parents, viciously dictating them to lick the last iota of grime from your sordid floor whilst you deliberately dirtied it once again, with your plethora of misdeeds. You definitely get nothing else but deplorably asphyxiating hell. You definitely get nothing else but deplorably asphyxiating hell by maiming helpless and infirm. You definitely get nothing else but deplorably asphyxiating hell by maiming helpless and infirm under your devilishly speeding car tire. Under your devilishly speeding car tire, just to mollify the unbearably perverted rush of adrenaline in your persona. Just to mollify the unbearably perverted rush of adrenaline in your persona. You definitely get nothing else but venomously evaporating hell by devilishly exploiting the weaknesses of all those people whom you knew and once upon a time had made them confide in you just to deliriously strangulate later on, with their very own inevitable shortcoming. You definitely get nothing else. You definitely get nothing else but blasphemously deteriorating hell by salaciously cutting down fathomless forests and trees just for erecting your monstrously robotic coffins of despicably corporate concrete. You definitely get nothing else but sinfully pulverizing hell by pugnaciously embossing the stamp of the raunchily marauding devil upon every impregnably venerated space of righteousness. You definitely get nothing else but cold-bloodedly torturous hell. You definitely get nothing else but cold-bloodedly torturous hell by unrelentingly trampling over a boundless innocent and impoverished to uncouthly leap up the ladder whose each step was success profusely soaked in impeccable blood. You definitely get nothing else but violently victimizing hell by viciously making people slave for you as you heartlessly incarcerated even the most infinitesimal ounce of their pristinity in the shackles of your unforgivable drudgery. You definitely get nothing else but parasitically demonic hell by uncouthly spitting upon the inimitably unconquerable creativity of artists, condemning them as nothing else but ignoramus, as nothing else but ignoramus, vastrils, untiringly staring into meaningless bits of sky. You definitely get nothing else but inconsolably hideous hell by unsparingly desecrating every image, idol, church, mosque, temple, monastery of Almighty Lord, just to meaninglessly prove that it was none other than you who held the reins of this boundlessly bestowing universe. You definitely get nothing else but cruelly emaciating hell by manipulatively separating two true lovers. By manipulatively separating two true lovers, just because your own love could never ever fructify and eternalize in the chapter of vivacious life. You definitely get nothing else but ghastly slavering hell by truculently going against the laws of symbiotism and nature divine, crafting an idiosyncratically crucifying path of your very own, which eventually led to the mortuaries of ultimate oblivion. You definitely get nothing else but licentiously devastating hell by unbearably dividing the entire spellbindingly united planet into despondently fetid corpses of caste, creed, color, spurious tribe, and kind. You definitely get nothing else but invidiously lambasting hell by criminally divorcing your sacrosanct spouse forever. You definitely get nothing else but invidiously lambasting hell by criminally divorcing your sacrosanct spouse forever from your life just to fulfill your satanic passions, just to fulfill your satanic passions differently every sinister midnight. You definitely get nothing else but unthinkably torturous hell by hedonistically raping every nubile woman that you encountered, excoriating her divinely chastity, only to emerge, only to emerge victorious in each of your rapacious desires. You definitely get nothing else but penuriously devastating hell by perpetuating the most treacherously unforgivable riots of all times, atrociously manipulating religious sentiment to gain the political mileage of your life, atrociously atrociously manipulating religious sentiment to gain the political mileage of your life. You definitely get nothing else but maliciously amorphous hell by listening and implementing upon every derogatorily inhuman voice, whereas each ardently earnest beat of your heart, whereas each ardently earnest beat of your heart told you told you to spread the message of peace and compassionate friendship, told you told you to spread the message of peace and compassionate friendship. You definitely get nothing else but reproachfully lamenting hell by sinfully committing dastardly suicide. You definitely get nothing else but reproachfully lamenting hell by sinfully committing dastardly suicide, closing your breath forever, closing your breath, closing your breath, closing your breath, and without the orders of the omniscient Almighty, and without the orders of the omniscient Almighty. On the contrary, omniscient almighty, on the contrary, you definitely get nothing else but ultimate utopia. On the contrary, you definitely get nothing else but ultimate utopia in every instant of your present and future life, with each element of gory brilliantly metamorphosing into godly paradise. The moment you simply spoke, implemented, and perennially advocated the mantra of immortal love, wrote and substituted the same for the above spitefully abhorrent lines. On the contrary, you definitely get nothing else but ultimate utopia. In every instant of your present and future life, with each element of gory, brilliantly metamorphosing into godly paradise, godly paradise, the moment you simply spoke, implemented, and perennially advocated the mantra of immortal love, wrote and substituted the same for the above spitefully abhorrent lines. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hearing me. From the innermost layer of the heart, wanted to thank you for the victoriously ebullient patronization to the poetry.